Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On second down, Gaines. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Number 46, the ball.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, Gaines. Midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. A good pickup there of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down now, Gaines. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Gaines. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Jaguars offense for the first time with Gardner Minshew, a Washington State product, leading the way.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitch without his his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
The tackle made by Whitney.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 17 carries, 51 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 56 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. 1 big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Watson off play action, out to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Completes this to Waring. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And they'll get it all the way up up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Fournette running out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jaguars nothing.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Demonte Kazin. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And a Jaguar 1st down.
Minshew with a give to Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
He was brought down by
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Jacksonville.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
first and 10. Watson brings it in over the middle. And he'll go down the number before getting this inside the 30. That goes a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds. Ruled incomplete here. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it's going to be second down. Throwing again is Watson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the red zone now, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On second and 10, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kahale Waring, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to
before being taken down.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On second and 10, it's Minshew. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a play fake here on first down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Anthony Sherman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
The kick is good.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Isaiah Coulter, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. A shotgun snap for Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. They find some open field here. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
First down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your...
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Out of the gun is Minshew. Going left side here, and it's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's fourth and goal.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kahale Waring with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And here again comes Gardner Minshew.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get this challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we've reached half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Texans 28, Jaguars 17.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. That throw right side is complete here in the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Here's Minshew.
On the slant, this is Chark.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Minshew. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he coughed it up. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gaines. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Gaines. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing. Not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 11.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Minshew sets to throw. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
28. Jaguars.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now Watson. It's wearing the tight end with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And the Jags grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And now onto the field comes the Jags offense. They'll go for 2. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a give right side. Gaines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. His throw incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On the run, it's Fournette. He had a great, strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Bernardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
At their 48-yard line.
This is Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. And the Texans scoop it. Oh, nothing but green grass here. Middle of the field. And they'll bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start him up again. So I think he may want to keep him cranking high right here.
A gain of a yard.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Makes the score Texans 38.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
25-yard line.
The Jaguars back with it on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The Jaguars on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. The open man is Westbrook. Still going. They can't stop him. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First down.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. This is Shenault on the receiver move. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just...
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Wendy Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Ross Blacklock with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. On 4th down, Minshew. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Gains. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
So Minshew and the Jaguars
down by 10. A little over a minute and a half remaining. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He's going to find his tight end ball. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Minshew, 1st and 10.
Connection made with Chenault.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Throw inside, going to be caught by Chenault.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year.